views and opinions of the guests and the hosts you hear on Mixstation Radio Live are not necessarily those of the staff and the management of Mixstation Radio Live, its sponsors, or advertisers.
What's up, everybody? This your boy Chris. This is Rum TV, Royale Urban Media. We got our producer on the show today. Our special
I'm the
guest,
real producer. The real producer around here.
Mr. Wilbur and Mr. Marcus in the building.
Mixstation, baby! Mixstation!
Can I get a round of applause for Mr. Wilbur and Mr. Marcus?
Yeah.
So they completely caught off guard with what I got for them tonight. We're going to talk about a lot of topics. We don't have Cortese this evening, so it's going to be all guy talk. But for real, yo, I want to start off by talking to y'all about how Mixstation got started. Like, from the very beginning.
See, he making me be in this show, ain't
Yeah, he making you really be in the show, ain't he?
I really got other stuff to do. See, what had happened is I'm getting ready for my show after Rum TV.
Yeah.
But this nigga want to mess up my demonstration.
Yeah.
I just want to know, like, how did that start? We never got a chance to really interview y'all, and y'all have been such a big help to us. You know, y'all put this platform together for us so that we could have our show here. So I want to let my audience know where our producers got their big start. How did y'all come up with the idea to have a radio station? Where'd that come from?
Marcus.
Well, it all started.
Tell them where you was at before then.
Well, it all started back in
15.
No, before that. I'm gonna say
14?
I'm gonna say it started in the basement of 1028.
Oh, you going back. Okay, how we started. Okay. Amen.
All the way, okay. So
Yeah, because we would play drums. We made our own drum set out of our toys.
Me.
I did the same thing too, man.
But I was successful.
Yeah, okay.
So 1028, where's that? Where we talking?
Wolf Street.
1028 Wolf
Yeah,
Street.
Wolf Street. Yep, East Side. Yep, 2 blocks down, 3 blocks down. Well, 2 blocks down from John Hopkins.
And y'all started with drums. Y'all.
Well, that pretty much.
It started in church.
It started in church at United Baptist.
Okay.
Our teachers at that time, Mommy took us there as kids. We was part of this church choir called Junior Church. It was like every second Sunday we would do all the stuff. Like we took over the whole service. We did the prayer, we did the singing, we did even the preaching. The kids would get up and preach, and so pretty much we was the deacons, we was the trustees, we counted the money, everything. And sometimes we even played, because I started out playing the drums.
Okay.
A lot of people don't believe that, but I used to play the drums.
You can play the drums for real?
I can't now.
If you could do it once, you could do it. It's
No,
like riding a bike.
but Marcus is the one that played drums like for the church.
So everything he
Yeah.
felt that I see to
You
that.
know what? You know what?
And that's the truth.
So, Mr.
Ask him,
Marcus,
can he sing?
I was going to say.
Hell to the
Hold-
gnaw.
oh,
Hell to the gnaw.
Oh, so hold up. You can sing?
Yeah.
That's something that he didn't succeed at that you succeeded
No.
at?
We all can sing, though. We all can sing. My mother can sing. Even my son. Really, my son has taken what we have. You know, it's like a combination. I really call my son like sometimes I call him Marcus, because he reminds me so much of his uncle. Yeah, it reminds me so much of with the drums, the singing, the playing the piano.
Hold up, Jeremiah could play the drums too?
Yeah, he can play the drums.
He-
Yeah, he better than all of us. He's
Hold
better
up.
than all of us in
So-
everything, and play the piano, and he can play the trumpet.
Wow.
But
So
he
y'all
doesn't. He doesn't. It's like Dad, I'm bored. Okay, and moving on to something else.
You know what? I know somebody like
So
that,
gifted.
that I was just gonna say that has so many gifts, right?
Mhm.
But get bored with it and
And just move on.
don't take advantage of the gifts that you possess, because it's people that have the passion plus the gifts, and
Yeah.
then they be like great at stuff, and then there's people that got the passion or have the gift but don't have them both. So you get
But you
one
know
or the
what?
other.
All that's gonna change when the really girls come around. So he gonna pick up something because he gonna want the attention.
that's
He want
true.
the
That's
attention.
normally
He
true. I was gonna say
he want
Jeremiah's
the
still
attention.
young yet.
Yeah,
so
he's young. So
he gonna get it. But
yeah.
Well, I was gonna say I was waiting for you to do that anyway. I told you was gonna be on here, so
Yeah, you did
let
say
me
that.
let me.
Did you put out music on? Okay, all right. Oh, you want? Okay, my bad. Okay,
Let me
all
let
right.
you. I'm gonna let you hook that up. So
Oh yeah,
so,
he coming.
So I'm
he coming
gonna
in.
come for you for a second, Mr.
Okay,
Wilbur.
come
So
on. Yeah, we talk.
let me
Go
ask
ahead.
you. So from your perspective, after y'all done put your toys together, made drums,
And he
everybody,
broke up my He-Man.
He broke up the He-Man.
They're gone. I don't have no more He-Man. He broke them up.
Hold on, how old is we talking with these He-Man? You talk about action figures?
Yeah, action figures.
I can't even joke, yo, because I feel like if I had a son, I can't wait for him to have like action figures and stuff like that. Like
Man.
real talk, so I could play with him. Play with my son playing with him, yo. But then again, you know what? They don't make toys today like they did
used
when
to.
I was when I
This
was
is
little,
true.
man. We had G.I. Joe. I can't remember your name, the little ninja. I used to have one of them.
Ninja Turtles?
No. The G.I. Joe ninja. He had a specific name. I can't even think of his name right now. I want to say Snake Eyes, but I know that's not right. I had a Dragon Ball Z action figure.
Wow.
That was super cool. The little Super Saiyan 3 Gohan. From the Cell Saga.
Okay, got you. Yeah.
I'm trying to think. We had. I was a Toy Story fanatic.
Wow.
Like my
Toy
parents,
Story?
my
Wow.
parents got me a Buzz Lightyear action figure every year for Christmas till I was like 12. No
Wow.
joke.
Wow.
Like, dang, I just be thinking about all the toys I had, and growing up, what was it?
See, now I'm on screen.
2000.
You see that?
Yeah, you,
What is
you
that?
doing it. Yeah, man. That's how you do it, baby.
He messing it up.
Yeah, you messing-
No, I can't remember. I think I feel like it was. Matter of fact, it was the Incredible Hulk. I
Yeah,
got
the
one of those
Incredible Hulk?
toys.
Was it the big one, the one where it smash?
Yeah,
and you
but
hit
you
him
know-
and you hit.
I
hit-
hated those toys because they was too big for your hands. Like I liked my action figures to be like not small, but big enough that so you could actually like act out your stuff on the table.
Yeah.
And then we would run around. You know how
Yeah, I
kids
got
is
you.
run around the house and be jumping off the sofa and all that
I
stuff.
got
with
you.
your little
Yeah.
man.
I got you. Yeah.
But they don't
yeah.
even make toys like that no more, for real. And
Hey, when I'm producing, so I can hear my music. I don't hear my music. So you know.
we gonna teach DJ Big Nick how to do this shit. No,
yeah, but that's how we at 1028 we start out with the toys playing that. But Junior Church was really an impact. Shout out to my pops in the music ministry. He is definitely my father in the music ministry. Howard Stubby Smith, and then if he was my father, my mother was Isidore Ellis. Okay. For both of us, really, because she told me my first song. Stubby read us and corrected us.
He corrected you.
He corrected all of us because when we would act up, he would say we singing hymns, and we hated singing hymns, especially after we done learned a new song.
What does that mean? What
hymns like hymnals, like do not pass me thy hymns, like hymns in the hymn book. So he would, if we was acting up in rehearsal the Saturday before, then and we really acted up, we would do all hymns the next day, and we hated it because we learned new songs. And so it was like, yo, we want to sing these new songs. And that's when kids, I mean, you talking about a group that had close to around about 60 kids in church.
You bringing me back. So I remember when I was little, I actually only went to one church. It was New Shiloh Baptist Church. Y'all know that church down
yeah,
in
our buddy Demetrius Taylor is the is the minister of music over there.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I've never met him. I haven't been to New Shiloh since I was like.
Well, if you go there, he'll be there. Skinny dude.
Got you.
Skinny,
Okay.
light-skinned dude. He grew up with us. He was part of the United Baptist, too.
How long you been there?
He been there for a long time.
Well, then maybe I do know him because I know.
he been
So the
there for
last
long,
time I've been to New Shiloh, I was probably like 17.
So how old
18,
you now?
25.
Oh yeah, you would know. Yeah.
I'm sure I would.
Yeah.
I mean,
Skinny guy played the organ. He's been there forever.
yeah, it's okay. I know who you talk about.
That's one of my best friends. Yes.
Okay.
Our best friend.
Gotcha,
Growing up,
gotcha,
yeah.
gotcha.
He's in between me and Marcus. He's older than Marcus, but younger than me.
He was cool with man more than me.
Man, I don't know why Marcus be doing that. Like he wasn't a part of the crew or something.
He feel left out.
He feels some kind of way. Yeah, this is the thing that we dealt with. But go ahead.
You know what? That's actually, to be honest with you, that's a little brother thing because I do that to my older brother too. You know, you gotta kind of reinsert yourself, make yourself the center of the attention because he's the younger brother. He's used to getting everything he want, getting
I
Let me say this. It's 6 years. It's 6 years between us, right?
Dang, for real?
It's 6 years between us. You would never think that because we look more like twins now. But when we was coming up, Marcus had to go with me to rehearsals because he was the young. So that's how come, people. I'm going to say her name right now, and I'm sorry. I'm going to say your name, but I'm not going to put you out there like that. So Yeah. See.
Listen, so when I was coming up and I was going to New Shiloh, me and my brother, we was kids. We was too young to like be serious the entire time we was at church. And my dad used to work the camera, so a lot of times one or two things would happen. We would get in trouble. We either fall asleep. And he would, and look, I would fall asleep and be laid up on my brother's shoulder, knocked out. And my dad, terrible as he was, he would put the camera on us.
No, he didn't.
Yo, the whole church watching us sleep in church. We up there
because y'all
snoring.
was way advanced. Y'all
Bro,
was way advanced in a lot of
and
churches.
you know how New Shiloh is. They got two big screens.
Yeah.
So
you all up there?
Yeah, everybody see us sleep.
Prime time for
Pastor
real.
Carter didn't talk trash about us. Everybody laughing. They just thought we were so cute. And then what made it worse is they all know that my dad is the cameraman putting us on camera.
Putting you on blast.
Or you know what else we'd do? Me and Keith be in there fighting, man. We be wrestling or something.
Well, you know what?
Somebody go back and tell my dad we been in trouble. We was in trouble every Sunday. So I remember eventually as I got older and I started really, following the word, paying attention to the Bible, I began to want to spend more time really giving my heart to God. So I joined the usher board. I was actually the youngest member of the usher board when I was 6 years old. I remember my grandmother, I used to spend a whole lot of time with her because she was the leader of the usher board.
Right.
And I would get the little white gloves.
Yeah, the white gloves.
All white suits.
Oh.
I would go to church
I
looking all
didn't like
fly.
to wear no
Chris
white
was
suits.
clean.
Yeah, we didn't wear no white suits.
You know
I
what?
ain't like no
Actually,
white
suit.
that white suit actually set a different tone for me as far as fashion, because as I got older, I love wearing all white outfits, all white shoes, all that stuff. Like I actually got like photo shoots where I wear all white and stuff like that. So that was actually like really big for me, especially when I was a kid. I always remember all the all white suits we had to wear.
Yeah,
because we would just
I hated it.
do the.
I didn't like the white
whatever,
suits. Yeah, I didn't like white.
It's
I didn't like wearing white
because it got
pants.
dirty.
No, it was another reason, but we're not going into that.
No, we're not skipjacking like
No,
this.
yes, we are. Oh, yes, we are. We're going to skip
This the
jab
man
that
cave
one. No, we're going to
conversation,
skip
come on.
jab that one. We're going to skip jack that one, baby. One time we had an anniversary. We had no. We had an anniversary, and all the guys in the anniversary, and I know Demetrius and Reggie and Marcus and Damon. We protested because we did not want to wear white pants.
Okay. So how that protest go?
It went well. We didn't wear white pants. Did we wear white pants, Mark? Yeah, we wore the white pants.
I guess it didn't go well.
I guess that protest didn't work, did it?
We definitely
wore white pants.
So what, you had some streaks on the back of your pants or something?
No, man.
What's going on? What's up with the white pants? I need to know. You peed on yourself? It was
no, man. No.
We was real dudes.
Right. We didn't want to wear no white pants.
What was wrong? Maybe I was too young to understand.
Maybe too young. We can talk about that.
Oh, you know what? It was transparent. Everybody was.
We just didn't want to do that. You got to think it was a different time. Because nowadays
you had on the ball huggers.
Yeah, nowadays everybody want to do that. We didn't. We want to be baggy and all that. We a different thing.
I can tell you right now, and this. I'm gonna just be 100% honest with y'all. That's one of the things that I can tell you honestly. I don't even like doing it at work. I hate having to dress up, wearing dress clothes, the tight stuff. Can't do it. Yeah. If it's not baggy or if it's gotta be tight, I don't want to wear it. I don't even feel like being uncomfortable for 15 minutes in it. You're not gonna see me in it. I'm gonna wear some jeans or some sweatpants. That's the new thing around here.
Everybody want to wear something tight.
Yeah, no.
Come on, dog. Come on, bring that. Back in the day, even when we would do choirs and we would do midnight service and all that.
If it's not baggy,
we would do. See how you just threw me off because he want to be the producer over there. We would do. We would go there and. We would go.
That's short track.
We would do the midnight services. We wasn't midnight service at that time because we got older when that happened. But we would do a lot of joy nights. That's what were joy nights, and we would see the other kids, and we would be like, it was almost like being in competition, see what choir was the best. And junior church at that time, we was definitely
y'all was the
one
best.
of the because
one of the best, or y'all was the best.
You know what?
I would say we the best.
Yeah, at that time, I could say because it wasn't really no churches doing what we were doing.
Gotcha.
Like when you was growing up, y'all didn't take over a whole service.
No, but your Shiloh choir was.
Y'all had a choir,
was
but the junior church didn't take over the whole service.
My mother
like
used to sing on this choir, so they was topping the line.
You know what? No, they was not.
No,
United Baptist had some of the best singers in the world that were there. Just alone with having Stubby and Isidore Ellis there, it really, we got music from way before it even came out. Way before they would go to convention every year. We had people that was part of the church that would go to the convention every year. I would go to the convention as a little kid. The male chorus, the women,
I ain't go to none
everybody.
Of the conventions.
Yeah, by that time, you was older. But it was just, and then that put me in a new, different light. To see other people sing, other people who were like me, who just love gospel music. Mm-hmm. And that started something inside of me. But me and Marcus, that was our upbringing at Junior Church, United Baptist Church, under Georgie Vanderford was our pastor at that time. And our mother took us to church mostly every Sunday. And even when she didn't take us to church, we walked to church.
So let me ask you this. How did church impact y'all start in Mix Station? I know y'all played the drums,
right,
but where did the idea to come up with Mix Station Radio come up? Y'all plaque over there say established in 2016. So
okay,
go ahead, Marcus.
I'm gonna take it. Church influenced everything we do in life. Both of us, cause we all church boys. Even though
we was in the streets somewhere.
Yeah, I was definitely.
Yeah, he definitely was in the streets. Yeah, Marcus was.
And I did my thing, but everything far as church definitely influenced Mix Station because eventually when we first started, it was going to be a mix station, just a regular mix station. Then we were going to do mix station gospel and jazz. But then I was like, you know what? See how he trying to throw me off now? See what I'm saying?
I just want to make sure
Anyway.
they heard you, Marcus.
Yo, I know what I'm doing, yo. The real producer know what he doing. Anyway,
I hear that.
when I first started Mix Station, I was going around on different internet radio stations.
There you go. Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I was with, at WPR with Apple Scrap, the Rap the Scrap show. He brought me in, and I started learning stuff. I'm that type of person that when I'm around something, I soak it up.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And I look at stuff. I'm like a sponge. So I soaks up stuff and I look at stuff and say, oh, I can do that a little better. Let me add this, add that. But I'm all in my mind like, hold up, I can start my own thing. So the owner of WPR is Frank. What's Frank Nash's name? Anyway, Frank, me and him had a talk. And he said, Nick, you need to do your own thing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And that affirmed me. And so I was like, you know what? I had I had over here, I had the music studio, which is the lab. Over here since 2000. I think we moved
like
in here since
2001, 2000. Yeah, 2000.
So before I moved here, I was on Bel Air Road recording people.
Yes, you was.
And I was mainly making beats for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, just making money off the beats. So when it was time, I got tired of recording people and stuff like that. So I started DJing. Thanks to K Supreme and Korn. You know, they had started me with the DJing thing. I could always DJ since I was 10 anyway.
Yeah, in the blue room.
Yep, in the blue room at my grandmom's house. So anyway, back to the story. After I got tired of recording people, I was like, you know what? I started renting out the studio to Eric at the time.
Eric Dennis.
And
give him a shout out, man.
Yeah,
Give
definitely
Dennis
Eric Dennis, you know.
Yeah.
So
shout out to Mr. Eric Dennis.
So
I don't know who he is, but
so I said to Eric, because I was still paying half the bills. So I said to Eric, look, I'm going to start this internet radio thing in the back room only one day a week.
Yeah, that's what we
And
did.
that's what we started with, one day a week.
Yeah.
I was recording like 3 shows on that one Thursday every week.
how much money y'all was making doing that?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Making nothing.
I was just learning it.
Learning,
you know
right,
what I
we
mean?
were just
and
learning.
paid my dues. And then once Eric moved to Atlanta,
Right, he moved
I
to
took
Atlanta.
back over my whole space, and that's what y'all see now. And cause first, when we first started, we wasn't app based. We was doing like programming. So I was programming music for 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
So at this point in the story, we in what, 2015, 14?
16.
We was still in 16.
16. We still in 16.
I didn't
All that.
become app based till 2018.
Got you. Okay.
So once we became app based, I started learning more and more, and it became better and better and better. So now that's why the shows that we do are so crisp, so on time. Everything is so good now.
So let me ask you this: what, like, y'all? I'm just being honest with y'all. Y'all brag a lot about the people y'all know, the connections y'all got, how great the studio is, and the shows is. What's your greatest accolade? What's your greatest accomplishment? What are you most proud of? And involvement with Mix Station.
Me personally,
Yeah.
I'm most proud of that. Me and Marcus are doing this together. I think as a brother, because if anybody known us from back in the day, man, me and Marcus was at war.
Yeah.
It was like war.
Yeah.
And it really didn't have nothing to do with us. It all stemmed from
Somebody else.
No, from the church.
Yeah.
It stemmed from the church.
What you mean? Let's talk
because the whole idea is that at church, because I sung, people gravitated to me, you know. And Marcus
couldn't sing.
was no, he
No,
could
I was
sing.
bad.
He was just a bad kid. That's all. And he wasn't bad. He was just energetic. He was just very energetic.
I was into everything.
You're right. He was just into everything. But
He was obnoxious.
no. He was just doing his thing, you know. And so by that 6 years difference being between us, you know, it's like I'm raising my son, you know. And so he was always been there with me. If I went to Bible school with us, he in rehearsal with me. on the weekends or something like that. So
everybody him being bad would kind of reflect bad on you, and you had to step out of your rehearsal.
No. They would deal with him. Someone would fight, would beat him. Yeah. Some of my buddies would beat him.
Wow.
Yeah, because we all knew each other. It was like, you got to think about it. My brother's with me. So if my buddies, and we in rehearsal and he acting up, he said, yo, stop doing it. And then they would hit him like a big brother would.
I can't even comprehend that because I have a sister that's older than me, more than 6 years older than me. But like, although we grew up together, my sister never had to put her hands on me because I also wasn't a bad, like, not to that extent, not with my sister. But my brother who I'm closer with, he wasn't old enough to where as though if he ever put his hands on me, I would have just put my hands back on him.
Trust me, I put my hands back.
No. Monk was fighting.
I was kind of expecting that.
He was fighting. He was fighting. Yeah. He was fighting.
Yeah,
and that's the thing. Like we grew up with that, and not even really till we really started the station. Really, when we had to came together, like to really get to the core of why we was acting the way that we were. And it didn't stem from us. It stemmed from other people give me accolades and they wasn't doing it to him. He was like always in my shadow. Yep. He was never like beside me. He was in my shadow. And that comes along with the big brother, little brother, especially if it's a lot of years. Yeah. It wasn't like he was like 2 years behind me. He was 6 years behind me.
No, I get
that. It's like now, my people who know Marcus, they kind of grew up. They know him. Like, they know him as a little kid. Like, one girl, she was touching Jeremiah like she used to touch you back in the day, hitting his cheeks. Like, look at his fat cheeks. I said, you did that to Marcus when he was growing up. She did the same thing to Jeremiah.
Oh, no.
So it's like, people, and so when by us doing the station, they have been here. They have seen us grow, and some are out of town, and they said, man, y'all doing it. But see, to me personally, that's one of my greatest accomplishments with the station, that me and my brother get to work together, even though we may fuss and fight sometimes, but we stay at it. We on point. We got to get the job done. There's no divorce here. You know what I'm saying? He's my brother.
No, that's, for real, that's what's up. And to be honest with you, now that you say that,
forget all of this, forget all that. We are together doing this. If he needs something, I got him.
You gonna stop cutting me off?
Oh, I'm sorry. I do that a lot, don't I?
No, I was just thinking to myself, like, in that moment when you just said that, like, I gotta figure out something I can do with my brother, because one thing I can say honestly, and I don't try to, we men.
We're right.
I try not to do too much of that mushy stuff with my brother at this point, because it's like we too old for that. But when you just said it, it's like, yo, I gotta think of something that me and my brother can do, whereas we can be prosperous from it, and we can find a commitment to it, because we're gonna be making money doing it, or we're gonna have so much fun doing it that it's okay for you to leave the kids and the family and the wife for an hour or 2 hours, so that we can do whatever we're doing.
Right.
Cause like you just saying that, it's like, yo, like I really love my brother to the extent that I can see that you love Marcus, and you want to do, mix station with him. Like, I just gotta figure out what that is for me. You
know what? Another thing too, Chris. It was Mr. Lou. We had a talk with Mr. Lou many years ago.
Who
before
was that?
Mr. Lou is the landlord of all this.
Oh, okay, I got you.
And he set us over there. And this is way before Mix Station was even thought about or whatever. And he said, man, you and your brother got to stick together. You and your brother, that's all you had. He said, I wish I had that. I don't have that. Because now we thinking about generational wealth, and we thinking about generational passing it down.
Let's talk about that, because that's actually something. So y'all know, to my audience, everybody watching, thank you guys for joining in. I surprised the producers with this topic today.
Yeah.
They did not know they was getting interviewed by me.
No.
So generational wealth, right? When you think about obtaining that and what it means for Jeremiah, and then Jeremiah's kids that we don't even know nothing about yet. He better not be even thinking about that. You know what I'm saying? But then to think about beyond Jeremiah's kids, your great grands. You get what I'm saying? where do you see yourself positioning your family? And this question for you too, Marcus. I know you don't got no kids yet, but you know, anything is anything is possible.
Look, he's shaking his head like, nah, not me, baby.
Look,
nah.
wait, next.
I'm gonna let him ride with it.
next week, Marcus gonna be popping up like, yeah, she said
she's pregnant.
No, seriously though. So when you think about, you know, everything that y'all doing as far as for Mix Station and everything y'all doing, I know we opening up the studio
DC.
Down DC, right?
In Eastern Shore.
We got one in Eastern Shore. Is that already
that's
started?
it's up and running in Eastern
Well,
Shore.
so hold up. So when we doing our show there?
Whenever y'all feel like it, really, I guess.
Wait
till the weather break. Wait till the weather break.
I'm gonna have to take a day off for that.
I love Cambridge.
No, you know what?
I love that area.
I used to go
Lord
out
have
there.
mercy. I think it's country as hell, but I love them.
It is. I ain't gonna lie. So this is back when I used to hate driving.
Got it. Somebody calling in.
I used to hate driving, but I had to drive out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, to see
it's so
somebody.
beautiful down there, man.
I like it. Don't get me wrong. I actually love Ocean City too. But look, we got a caller. Thank you for calling in to Rum TV. You on the line with Chris and the crew. What's on your mind?
Hold up. So the station already up and running in D.C.?
No, it's in the process.
It's in the process. The one in Eastern Shore is running.
What's up, guys? How y'all doing?
We
What's
doing
up,
wonderful,
Tees?
love. We doing wonderful.
That's good. I just wanted to call and say hi. You guys are fabulous. Y'all doing y'all thing, okay? So inspirational. So much.
That's her phone. You back, Cortez?
Y'all hear me?
Now we can hear you.
Yeah, you
go
breaking
ahead.
up. That's
you breaking
that,
up.
That's that.
Oh, man.
T-Mobile.
Square
She
No,
got
she don't got
T-Mobile?
T-Mobile.
She don't have Boost because
She
my
got Metro.
Boost. She got Metro.
Metro PCS.
You said Metro PCS.
Oh Lord.
Yo, she got T-Mobile.
Yeah.
I kid that.
We shouting.
I just wanted to say hi. Don't
Yeah.
play with me.
Yo,
Yeah,
we
we
appreciate you calling
you,
in.
love.
Thank you so much.
We missing you,
Talking
girl.
our show.
I was just gonna say, look, this is the caveman
This
conversation.
caveman
no.
comes in. Get off the phone.
Yeah.
You know when he's talking to you.
Yes,
No-
sir.
no women
Well, have a
allowed.
good night, y'all. Be safe. Bye.
All right, love.
See
See
you.
you. Bye. But go ahead. Generational.
Yeah, no. I was on it. So, where do you see yourself positioning, not just now, but for the future?
Okay. All right.
Do you? I guess my question is, do you have a number in your head? Do you have the process, the procedures, the steps to getting there?
I think it does changes through the years. The thing about it is that one thing that me and my brother, our father, had 11 houses back in the day.
Whoa, that's what I'm talking about. That's how you get there.
Well, I'm going to tell you the story. So he had 11 houses, but he pretty much smoked them all up. He was an addict. He died as an addict. And so me and Marcus vowed that whenever we get property, we keep it in the family.
That's what's up.
And so no matter what we have, we keep it in the family. Mix Station is definitely one of those things where as though it's bigger than us. It's bigger than us.
Gotcha.
And the thing about it is that, you know, so that's why you see me bringing my son up in here, you know, because he's more capable of doing this. Not, you know, he's really the techie dude. I'm not. You know, he reminds me so much of Marcus. You know, so, you know, when you have, and I call them ghetto nerds, you know, they grew up in the ghetto, but my brother is such a nerd. He reads. He's smart, just on it, right? And he'll figure out a way to put it together and say, no, I don't think we should do that. We should do it like this and put it.
That's why he's the real producer.
Yeah, he is the real producer, and I'm giving him props on that. Marcus is definitely the real producer. And for him to put this together and have me come on, because really our first show was Apple Scrapple. Am I right? Yeah, Apple Scrapple was our first. I came on after Apple.
When was
after
that?
That was probably about a month or 2 months later. Something like that. He asked me, yo, why don't you? Because I wasn't doing nothing. I think I was out of work at the time. I was out of work, yeah. I had a lot on my mind, and my brother said, yo, why don't you just come to the station and get up? And sure enough, this was my platform of getting out. One of my first guests was Ronnie STD, and a guy named Bishop Waters.
You know, it's funny that Cortez actually just called in and then you just said what you said because, to be honest with you, I feel like a lot of times Cortez and I both take opportunities, especially when we have conversations with people on the show. We're not venting,
Right.
but it's an outlet for us
It's an outlet
to
to get it out, man.
be creative with
Yeah,
getting
man.
things out.
Yes, Lord.
Those everyday struggles. And it's like you don't even realize it anymore because we've been doing the show now. We coming up on a year now, almost. That we
Has it been a year?
Almost.
Wow.
Look, in June.
June?
In the June.
Y'all started in June?
Cortez
End of June?
Yeah. I mean,
okay.
you know, I came on. Towards
Right,
the end of July, middle
yeah.
end of July. But
Yeah, because you didn't
she
want
was-
to come on. Yeah.
Let's talk about that. So I'm gonna tell you.
Right.
I was watching this thing 1 or 2 o'clock this morning, and there was a guy. I'm not gonna say his name, but there was a guy that was a social media junkie. But he's really good at it. He knows what he's doing. He makes really good content. He's actually very successful in creating content, YouTube videos, things like that. And they had asked the question of what is too much to share on social media. And his response to that was, it's only too much if you uncomfortable with what you're sharing.
That's true.
If you can't
That's
be
the truth.
yourself
Hey, hello.
in life, in real life,
Hello.
outside of your whatever you're doing on social media,
Amen.
now you're doing too much. But if you can continue to
Be
have
who you are.
yourself
Yeah.
and still share that stuff,
Yeah.
then you know it's not too much.
Yes,
and
Lord.
that came up because a guy posted a picture with himself and his wife, and they was in the bed under the covers, and clearly they're naked.
Right.
And so everybody was like, y'all a little out there. He like, man, we good. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So for me, to wrap back into your original question, I always, y'all may not have noticed, I don't got no Facebook. Part of the reasons for that, and in my head, I be telling myself, like, I just don't want to be found. I want to buy, like, too many people to find me. But it's like, if they want to find you, they can find you on Instagram. At this
Trust
point,
me,
right?
they can find you
Facebook
anywhere.
and Instagram.
Yeah,
same
they'll
thing.
find you.
So it really don't make a whole lot of sense. I might be making a Facebook after this episode,
Yeah.
but it has nothing to do with no shyness or me just like being afraid. It was kind of like a overprotectiveness of myself to say I ain't want to be on the podcast because I don't want to share my opinion and my genuineness with the world. But then it's like, how selfish is that?
Yeah.
How many people can you affect and you really help grow or help get through something by just showing up to a podcast and speaking how you feel, speaking your truth?
Yeah.
So I was not scared to get on the show.
Okay.
I had to overcome all those obstacles in my mind to say, you know what, you could really help not just yourself, but so many people by just jumping on the podcast. Because, I mean, you already know. Like, y'all have seen.
Yeah,
I'm not scared. I'm not shy.
Nah, you nowhere near it.
Yeah, I never been.
Yeah.
So,
And that's the thing, man.
But yeah, so, man, it's a lot. And back to what you were saying earlier, there's so many things that is like, I guess, subconscious.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas though it's happening, but you got to take a second and realize it's happening.
The moment,
and then use that to figure out how to compartmentalize these moments, these series of things of why you do what you do, why you think what you think. Another one of the things I was kind of touching on earlier was the commitment to something and where it brings out the results that you look for. So when you was talking about generational wealth and doing Mixed Station with your brother, y'all are very obviously committed to showing up, doing shows, building a platform for other people to do.
And don't want to rape them. Don't want to rape them.
Rape them? What?
Yeah.
No, we don't.
We don't.
Oh, this nigga here.
We don't want to. You know.
Wait a minute. Hold just
Take him
1
off.
minute.
Is it any way to cut?
Cut my mic. He said he gonna cut my mic.
Cut the mic.
No, what I meant by that, we don't want to rape folk with all the money. You know, be expensive, and that's
you
what I
gotta
meant by that.
come off the top with that, man. Pineapples and all of that, okay? 'Cause my audience don't know what you mean.
What? Rape him? What
Look,
do you mean rape him? What are you talking about?
No,
Yeah.
but no. To be honest with you, I can attest to that as well. It's not a ridiculous price that y'all charge, and that's part of what helps and allows Cortese and I to do our show on the platform. Because I mean, y'all already know we had the offer from iHeartRadio.
Yeah, y'all did
to do the show through them.
And you still on iHeartRadio, but it's.
I mean, yeah, but
yeah, I got you.
You already know.
I know.
It was like, let's build this. We for real was doing the trial run from start to finish. Even to this day, was like kind of getting your feet wet, learning what makes a good podcast, what doesn't. We've done a lot of research. We watch other podcasts.
Right.
We are figuring it out. But it's been fun. I can't say we've failed necessarily.
No.
We
you never fail because
failed.
you doing it.
I was just gonna say, but we've learned a lot from our successful episodes and then our not so successful episodes, and then you just keep going.
You just keep going, man.
That's again a part of that commitment. And then I'm trying to think. There's another side of it, and I had it, and I should have wrote it down. But when you want to be successful, you gotta find a way to keep going.
Be consistent.
And for anybody like how y'all was able to start Mix Station and y'all still going, and it's
our 5th year.
I was gonna say it's 5 years now.
Yeah, we'll celebrate.
We gotta do something. Y'all gotta let us know because we.
No. We definitely we could probably do a whole day. Okay. Yeah, we was always thinking about it. Plus, I turned 50 this year, so I gotta do something this year.
So big turn up.
Yeah,
Is we getting cigars or no?
No, I don't smoke, so you know. But if you want to get a cigar, go ahead and smoke. Enjoy
I'm gonna
yourself.
me and Cortese gonna have a cigar.
That's fine. Have a cigar. You know,
Mr. Marcus, you with us with the cigar? Or no? Oh my God.
You say they don't drink,
Look,
they don't
listen,
smoke. What did one do? They
listen,
do.
I was gonna get a bottle of Henny and have it right here in the middle of the table.
Nope, it would have stayed there. We would
shot
have looked
glasses.
right at it. We would look right at it.
I was thinking about calling them. I wasn't gonna tell them that they was coming on to drink with me. But they, I get here and I'm telling them what my idea was, and they like, yeah, we don't drink. I'm like, man.
Yeah. We would seem like we would be very boring, but no, our lives are very excitable. Trust me.
We gonna leave that one alone. So listen, Mr. Marcus, as an uncle to Jeremiah. And Mr. Will, but it's actually this.
Yeah, he got to add himself back. He trying to do some work here. He trying to do two things at the same time.
You want me to leave you alone? Because I got a serious question for y'all. So,
go ahead and answer.
As far as the parenting and raising Jeremiah, because I know y'all both take a little bit of part in that, and helping him become a man. What are things that y'all see that y'all relate to from your childhood to how you gonna parent now, that you have to have a moment to yourself to say, let me try to teach him this way, because maybe if I do this wrong or I say this wrong, he's not gonna receive the message that I need him to receive, to be able to be responsible, to be able to have pride in his craft and in his work, to be a great singer if he wants to be, or to be able to play the instruments that he's good at playing. You know what I'm saying? To kind of continue to hone the craft of the gifts that he's given.
Yeah. Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Well, with how I deal with Jeremiah, I always, I'm trying to get Jeremiah into the mode of doing what Jeremiah want to do. Because sometimes when you're a kid, people want to tell you what you want to do. Instead of you know what I'm saying? Like,
they
really,
asking you, they telling you, and before you can even figure it out,
right?
It's like it's a lot of pressure on you real immediately. Like,
exactly.
You supposed to know, and you really ain't supposed to know.
Right. So I'm trying to tell him like he's getting ready to go to Carver for a trade.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. He got accepted.
Yeah.
That's what's
so
up.
he was so happy about it. I said, well, Jeremiah, look, choose your trade. Choose what you're passionate about, because if I could have chose what I was originally passionate about, I probably wouldn't be doing what I did in my life. You know what I'm saying? I would have been way ahead of where I am now.
So true.
So it's like I always try to use myself as an example. Like I don't see that I'm successful because I'm never where I want to be. So with Jeremiah, I said, look, I'm 40 years old, and now I'm finally doing what I really wanted to do.
So to that, I'm gonna ask you, what do you measure yourself against to say that you're not where you want to be?
I have goals in life. Like, it's little goals that I'm like, I should be on my own. I should be doing this. I should be doing that. But I'm not. But I'm also successful in the business world. But I'm not successful personally in my life world as I feel as though I should be. Like, I should own a house right now. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's a lot of stuff that I think I should have already, but I don't have it yet. You understand what I'm saying?
I get that. So my next question to you is, well, let me ask Mr. Wilbur, have you ever owned a house before?
You talking to me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I own my house now.
Okay, so Mr. Marcus, have you ever came to your brother and asked him like what the process is or what does he need to do?
Yeah, I tell him, yeah, of course.
So when y'all had that conversation, are you in the process of moving that direction? What's going on?
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we gonna have to have that conversation too, because I want to own a house too.
Yeah,
and I'm not gonna wait till I'm 40.
But you know what? A lot of people, matter of fact, Marcus definitely. A lot of my friends know this story. When I got my house, when I was in the process of getting my house, I was in debt like crazy because I had one of my friends, who I thought was my friend, put me in debt over $25,000. He frauded my name.
Wow.
So, and then at the same time, I was a correctional officer.
Okay.
So I'm dealing with that. I'm just becoming a correctional officer, and you know, and I'm trying to do this, and he frauded my name. So my credit was just messed up. So when I went through what I went through, I got it all straightened out. Went through, and I still went to. Plus, also at the same time, I was planning on getting married. So I really bought my house for the woman I was planning on getting married to, and I end up not marrying her. And so the house that I'm in now, I'm in it because I was planning on getting married.
So that's actually
another whole conversation.
No.
That's
You know what? Show. It's funny because it's not another show. It's gonna be on this show because
okay.
it's so funny that that's also something I had written down. So y'all seem like real genuine guys.
Right.
Y'all try to do right by people in general, but women especially.
Uh-huh.
So let me ask you about that. So in the situation where in your mind you was trying to buy this house for the woman that you thought that you was gonna marry, when that did not work out, I only gotta ask you, how did you feel? What was the next move for you? Like, what did you tell yourself mentally and emotionally for the next woman you was gonna decide to deal with?
Whew. That's a good question. That is a real good question.
And I'm asking because me being at the stage of life that I'm in now, a lot of times I have to quickly reflect on things that I'm doing, things that I've done, and remember, and not, without comparing, okay, this was a good thing that I did. And I remind myself that you do things for good reasons, not because you're looking for something in return, but do it for a good reason. And if you got a good reason to do it, it doesn't matter if it yields, some different result. I'm not trying to buy love out here. You know what I'm saying? But for you, it sounds like you was already in love with this woman. Y'all was planning to get married, and then at some point,
it didn't happen.
And you was in the process of buying a house so that you could live in with her.
Right.
That's not just getting married. That's like getting married and buying a house for us to be family.
Yeah.
So what was your next move? What did you process in that lesson to say, this is what I got to do different? What did you learn from that?
Well, wow. The thing that I learned about that situation at that time is that people was thinking something of me that I was not.
Okay.
And that cloud has been over my life forever. And I'm not going to have to be another show that we can talk about that.
Okay.
But when you have people who think something different about you, you still got to move on. You still got to proceed.
Right.
Because right now, I've been in my house over 20-something years now. That was over 20-something years ago when I was planning on getting married to this young lady. And so when you think about when all of that happened at that one time, then at the same time, we was in the midst of a riot at the jail. Okay. So here I am planning on supposed to got married. I don't get married, but yes, I got a house. Yeah, I proposed and did all. She gave me back the ring.
Whoa! So she accepted it and then
gave me back the ring. Mm-hmm. Oh. Yeah. So because of what other people thought of me. And see, and I tell anybody, and I always say this to my son, and this relates to raising a man-child. I said to my son, I said, don't be a follower, be a leader. I said, what are you? You're a great man of God. I said, are you great? He said, yeah, Dad, I'm a great man of God. And I say that to him every day. Like I called him up this morning and prayed with him over Zoom duo. And prayed for him. Said, what are you, man? He said, I'm a great man of God. I'm not a following leader. Because, see, a lot of people, one thing I found out that, and Marcus can attest to this, I don't care what nobody else doing. If God tell me to do something, I'm doing that. I don't care what the world is doing. I'm sticking with what God said. And so when you have a life that you just constantly trying to do the right thing, trying to be in his will constantly, you come up with a lot of slack, and a lot of people put you on the outskirts. And so in that time when that all happened to me, one of the main things I had to keep rolling, man. I'm at one of the worst jails in America, seeing killings every other day. The first day I was there, somebody got killed. So it was like I went straight into the belly of the beast, like with nothing. Like, yo, I'm seeing blood all the time, cutting people down when they kill themselves and all that. So to be in that situation and to understand how God has kept me. And you know, and the thing about it now, you know, and so when I got the house, I wasn't thinking about what the generational wealth. I wasn't even thinking about that. You know, one of the people that helped me with the mindset that I have now, and I confess every day. That's a major thing in my life.
And that helps too.
That changed the atmosphere, man. It changed the atmosphere, man. That goes back to what
we was talking about earlier as far as having that outlet. When you can admit to your faults.
Yes.
Acknowledge that you've made a mistake.
Yes.
Or that you messed up, or that you was lazy, or that you forgot, or that you are human.
Yes.
It changes everything, because then you can now... It changes in two ways. Mm-hmm. One, you begin to have an expectation for other people to also take responsibility for their faults, for their actions. Right. You want to hold more people accountable. You want to hold yourself to a higher accountability. Because now when you can say, dang, I messed up. Yeah. You hope that because you was able to admit that you messed up, that the person sitting next to you can also admit
the same
hey,
thing.
I messed up. Don't lie about it.
Yeah.
Let's not
just deal with it, man. Deal with the issue.
Because
man.
It's only gonna make you better.
It is, man. And that's why I tell my son. There's no need to lie about it. Let's find out. Tell me what the issue is so we can deal with it. You don't need to lie to me. Let's get to the point of it. If you messed up, you messed up.
Yep.
You know.
And it's crazy. It's something to learn with every time you mess up. Even if you made the same mistake more than once, it's still something to learn there.
Right.
You could tell yourself, like me personally, I rush a lot. Yeah. Anytime I make a silly mistake, it's because I was rushing. I just didn't take my time. It's not that I don't know how to do it or I didn't do it right. It's that I was rushing. I ain't pay attention. I ain't checked behind myself, and I just was flying.
I'm telling you, Chris, that is a major thing. I told my son, stop rushing. Mm-hmm. Because nothing come out in rushing.
Yeah, no, you're right.
I'm telling you, nothing. Right. Nothing comes out. That's why I take my time with everything.
I've learned... It's almost better to take a long time to do something than to rush and do it and had to go back and do it again.
Hello. You talking some good stuff right there.
Yeah, no, I had to learn that. And even, like, I almost smack myself on the back of the head sometimes when I still find myself rushing because it's like, all right, you already know better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then you take your time, you get it right, and it be done.
That's so true, man.
But I want to ask you, so as far as... some of the tough things you've had to deal with your son, I'm not gonna make you dive deep into that. I'm gonna let that be personal. But for some of the tough things that you had to deal with Jeremiah, has there ever been a time where you struggled to teach him to do something right, even though in the situation or the circumstance that he did it, it might not have been the best thing? It's the right thing, but it's not the best thing. And I'm gonna give you an example. We are people with really big hearts. We always giving, and we always want to help people out. So let's say that Jeremiah in a situation where he working a little job, he got a couple dollars, but you are actually instilling responsibility in him. So you got him, paying you rent and paying for a phone bill, whatever the case may be. And it's one of his buddies asking him to borrow some money. So he's faced with the decision of, do I loan my homeboy this money? Because I do technically have the money to loan him. But if I loan him this money, then I can't pay my bills. Yeah. So that's a situation where I'm saying he's faced with the decision of the right thing to do is to still pay his bills. But I'm sorry. The right thing to do is to... No, I'm way back.
Yeah, no problem.
It's not best for him...
to give the guy the money.
Right, to give the guy the money.
But he want to keep a friend.
Yeah, because
I got you.
The friend not using him. He legitimately needs it.
Right.
But he has a responsibility to pay his dad.
Right.
So, have you ever had an instance with him where it was hard to tell him, like, this is the right thing to do, but this is not what's best?
Now, I'm going to give you an example of my son.
I'm sorry, I couldn't come up with a
No, that's fine. We're going to get there, and I'm going to give you a nice example of me raising him. I told, I say this stuff to my son every day. You're what? A great man of God. Don't be a follower, be a leader. Okay. So we have these group of kids outside playing in the back, right? And I would let my son go out there and play with them, So my son had the position while he playing with them, but they're cussing, they're doing all this other stuff. My son decided, I said, why you coming back in? He said, Dad. He said, man, they doing too much. I can't deal with that, Dad. Because now I instilled in him to make the right decision. So he knew, he wanted to have friends. He wanted to play with them, but he knew that even though nothing didn't happen, he knew that things could happen. So he said, to possibly let me remove myself from that situation and let me be by myself. Let me not be involved, because wherever they going at, I can't deal with that. And those are the decisions that you have to, I had to let him go through that. I remember one time we went to a concert and some other things was going on. My son said, Dad, this is too much for me. Can we leave? I said, yes. So I have to, you have to let your child make those decisions. But that's why this is one of my favorite scriptures. When a child is young, or train up a child when he was young, he shall never depart, when he get older. I done messed the scripture all up, but y'all know what I'm talking about. You have to train them up right. You have to train them up right, because one thing that I say that Jeremiah has that me and Marcus never had is an uncle that really care for him, uncles that care for him, is a father that really loves him, that's there. You know what I'm saying? That man circle is around him. It's huge that me and Marcus never had.
It's a vital and pivotal point.
Vital.
Everything that happens to him and happens for him in his future, the way he think, the way he walk, the way he move.
Right.
It's funny. I don't even remember who it was. I was having a conversation with somebody the other day about the different men that was a part of my upbringing. And some for good and some for bad.
Right.
And I didn't pick up the worst of the traits, but I do know some of my ways. Me dealing with a young lady, she began to tell me some of my personality was all over the place.
Right.
Because in some instances I was, stuck in my ways, and in some instances I was open to change and new things and involvement. I was always I would say an intelligent young man, wise beyond my years. But in a lot of ways, I would be naive and kind of forget that, okay, if you do this is the consequence. It's
going to happen, right?
You know what I'm saying? And then it would be I was beginning to get in trouble with stuff, and it was I was becoming a completely different person. I got way off track in life. And it took for me, and I had detached myself from my mom, from my dad, from my family.
Wow.
for like 2 or 3 years while I was going through that. And I'm not going to say what it was, but something happened to me that woke me up and said, okay, you can go back to being who you were before this, because now that you know this is not you and this is not for you, there's no other reason for you to continue down the path that you're going down.
Yeah.
And I got back to being me again. And it's funny because every now and then I kind of remember and I kind of think about what it was like to be the other, in a sense, the other Chris.
Yeah.
That was naive and that was kind of just like, I was living my life on the edge, kind of bad.
Ooh,
like didn't care about no consequences for anything.
Wow.
I mean, not like super crazy stuff, but I was just calling out of work. I was doing things that I never done. I wouldn't normally do, taking chances that I wouldn't normally take.
Right.
And a lot of it, honestly, I had to sit down with my parents and tell them, like, yo, these things were parts of things I saw from different guys throughout my life, also taking chances.
Right.
Doing crazy stuff that I was like, we both know that that's not right.
Right.
But there was no consequence for it, so
you
maybe
didn't
it's
see
okay.
the consequences.
Right, as a
You
child,
didn't see
you
it.
ain't
You
see the
didn't see it.
consequence, so maybe it's okay. You get what I'm saying? And I didn't want to blame either one of my parents for that portion of my upbringing, because it is what it is. It happened.
Right.
I learned from it. They learned from it. But it is integral, the relationship a man has with his son and the man that his son grows into be. And, one thing I do know, and this may not be for everybody, but definitely for me, my dad is my dad.
Right.
No man could ever step into my life and be above him, be as great as him, be equal. You can't.
Right.
I have a hard time sometimes dealing with my stepfather because I be trying to, I start to feel bad and be compassionate because I don't want to disrespect him. I don't want to show him.
Well, I didn't know that you had a stepfather. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I do, and he I love him because he take care of my mom. So, above everything, I don't gotta love him for no other reason but the fact that he take care of my mother.
Right.
I love him tremendously because, when I first moved out, I didn't move far from my mom. Yeah. Because I wanted to make sure that if anything ever happened, I'm around the corner. I'm right there. Right there.
Wow.
But
unbelievable. I didn't know that, bro.
After a couple years, and I kind of got comfortable with them being married. I was like, okay, you know what? Mom is good. And I was able to really move away. And I've been away ever since. But I know we've had conversations and jokes and battles, and I always felt like I don't want to make him feel slighted because he's not a bad guy, he's not a bad dude, he's not a bad stepdad. It's just dad has this special ground he walks on where he's untouchable, and he always will be. But it's hard to not make that a competition. And I feel like for a lot of kids, when as a son, if you had a good dad, your dad is your best friend. It's hard for another guy to be even in the light that dad is in.
But you know what? Let me say this. It's almost like my son, me and his mother are not together, and so when I look at the situation, whatever she got over there, I'm not gonna put her out there,
right?
But I have to understand that. And I said this to him. I said, if a man is there, you respect that man. I don't care what goes on. You respect the man. Just like if a woman is in my life, respect the woman that I'm with. And so, but the thing about with kids today, and understandable, is that my cousin Levon said this. He said that the kids that we grew up, when we grew up growing up, we were stronger than the kids are today. The reason why, because we dealt with more issues. Now, we're not smarter. This generation is smarter than us, but they're not stronger than us. And so the whole idea is when you're dealing with that, you have to understand that people, look at what is going on and everything in our lives. and all of that. And so, so much is going on. And so I look at all of the stuff that my son has went through, and most of the kids today are emotional. They are emotional. Yeah. They can't get their emotions together. So,
we're getting more knowledge now on emotions, on mental
deal
health.
With it, man. Deal with it. Deal with it.
As we get more knowledge and as we talk about it more, as people become more aware of it,
right.
This is what you get. This is the result of that.
The parenting, man. The parenting, man.
Yeah,
it means a lot.
It does.
Yeah, Jeremiah is in good hands. We know he's going to carry on the name. Right now, I think he's the only one that has the Nichols name. Yeah, he's the only one that has the Nichols. Oh, the twins got Sturgis. Yeah, the twins. Our nephews got Sturgis. Yeah, they Sturgis. So, yeah.
Well, it's a beautiful thing, and I really appreciate y'all having this episode with me.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mix Station Radio. Shout out to Mr. Will with Mr. Marcus.
Well, we really talked, huh?
Shout out to Rum TV.
807, man. We roll.
I appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
We're going to wrap this up. This is Royale Urban Media. We over and out.
Yeah, over and out. My man. What's up, sir? How are you doing? Last time I saw you.